Am I breaking? I'm
pushing me down the road. Look at that. We have
pushing. Get off my wrist. They're pushing me. I'm moving. Get off my wrist.
Look at the pace we're doing.
Ow! Why is she hurting my wrist?
Keep moving here.
I'm moving.
He's pushing me. You can't. I'm not.
I'm just standing here.
You're pushing me, buddy.
Go behind you. What's on the right there? Thank you. I just want to look down this way. We want to keep that area clear though, don't we? Why?
Don't we do the straight?
Warm up thing like marine. It's worth trying though, isn't it?
Keep trying.
Huh? Keep trying. I'm allowed to keep trying. Nobody's going to stop you doing that, are they? That's alright. I'm not allowed to hide you, am I? No, not really. I'm the wrong side of the line.
Step between a gap. Let this gentleman through for me, please. Thank you.
See, I've got
there you go, mate. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice of you.
You don't get to choose. You don't get to choose. This is us protesting. I'm not that unreasonable. Do live in a compensation culture. They relegated you there. You're pushing us out of the way to let their trucks in.
Oh my God!
Paddock, is that same copper road out?
Of course they do. Vastly slower than normal over the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
We feel that our right to protest has been abused. The trust that has emerged, the reason.
Speed limit set.
Of course, and if the speed limit that is being set by definition by the officers who are pushing and dictating the pace, if the speed limit that they set is vastly faster than the norm over the last 2 weeks, you're not keeping up your end of the bargain. So for you to be annoyed with me because people are leaning back.
Can we come right off the road?
You've got plenty of time until between this and the next lorry. Go and talk, look at your man who's been recording it. Tell me how long that took to get around the road.
Do you know what he was saying? He said, well, we slowed it down last time and people were pushing into it.
And it was nowhere near the norm over the last 2 weeks, as
exactly.
we've talked about in discussion. Obviously, that's the basis on which our reasonable expectations are
to be slower.
So technically, if this were a legal case, that would be an argument. If you're actually looking at the real
speed of the one before.
Yes, so exactly. So you massively increased it before and then slightly reduced it.
No one was on the one before.
Okay, then feed that back into me.
Of course I'm feeding that back to you.
In a sensible way afterwards, rather than having the people in that front line pushing against the officers.
Which they have every right to do. We have a reasonable expectation that we're going to go roughly the speed that we've been over the last couple of weeks.
If you say you have every right to do that, that's fine. I can't argue.
Because you are pushing into it. It's your choice to push us down the street.
We will obviously have to do what we feel is appropriate in the speed setting.
Sure, and if it's nothing like...
No, and that is slow like it was then.
That wasn't slow. That's nothing like the norm over the last 2 weeks.
You're gonna sort of want me to say it's going to be like
roughly, look at the norm, roughly 20 minutes or something like that. Because 20 minutes is the short end of what we've been doing with your consent over 2 weeks.
What I can say is it will be...
You understand that, don't you?
No, hold on a second. What I can say,
if it's vastly slower than the norm over the last 2 weeks, we feel that our reasonable expectations are being abused.
We need that fed in.
I'm being reasonable. The fact that he's turned around when I'm frustrated again and he's getting annoyed with me.
But we did get it slower.
And as I've explained, if it's technically slower than the last time that you shoved us down the street, if it's not going,
I don't want to be touched, okay?
Okay.
All right, don't touch me, right?
Just keep out of the road.
Don't touch me, please. You tell me if you don't touch me.
journeys of the lorries have taken between about 20 minutes at the shortest end and 50 minutes at the longest end. If you're pushing us down the street in 6 or 7 minutes, like you did again then, it wasn't 3 or 4 minutes like the time before, then quite naturally we feel that you're not respecting your end of the bargain. The fact that you turn around and say it was slower than the last time, that's not the point.
Yeah, but when we have the conversation
We're talking like 5 or 6 minutes to get from.
And I explained to him that obviously the norm in terms of the duration, the norm in terms of the duration is what we expected. So it's not what we
Yeah, but you come to a consensus.
And if you were to technically fine, if you're as I explained in that conversation at length, is it's not just about the technical speed, it's about whether it's roughly what it was at the short end of the last 2 weeks. You're more senior, and what I'm explaining is that we in this camp have a reasonable expectation that at least the kind of short end of the sort of roughly 20 to 50 minutes, the amount of time it's taken to get down the street, that's our chosen form of protest. We haven't been blocking the lorries, every single one has got in, and you are now pushing us down the road at somewhere between 3 and 7 minutes. That is a complete failure to facilitate the peaceful form of protest that we have the right to choose. Now I get that you have to make sure the isn't obstructed too long. Exactly. But if you're pushing it to under 10 minutes, sure, and that you want it to go back more towards sort of 20 or 30, which is the norm over the last 2 weeks, that I would understand in terms of your priorities. We obviously feel that the longer the better, the vast majority of local residents are in support, etc. But that, and obviously that's our right to think that. But in terms of trying to find a middle ground, if you're slowing us down to 20 minutes, which is the short end of what we've agreed over the last 2 weeks, then that would seem slightly harsh but vaguely reasonable. If you're shoving us down the road in less than 10 minutes, then it seems like you're just abusing our protest. And then when he turns around and goes, we're pushing back into it, you're pushing us down the street. And we're trying to assert our, a symbolically slow walk, which is...
You're talking about the time. No, I'm talking about the place. The officer in the other had formation. I'm hoping in response to the number of people who are engaging in you have a right to move onto the road and move up.
Long conversation between what I was trying to establish is obviously what we're talking about. Whether